toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Nebraska's offense will come out first. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
The Cornhuskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He'll do it himself. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
The Huskers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They'll run the sneak for it.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to cruise in with this one. It is a touchdown.
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick 6 on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Smith dropping to pass. Fires to the tight end. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
He wants to throw it again. Got his man quickly. Some really tough running there gets him to the 45-yard line.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the grab. It's Mills. They'll pick up enough yards yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Unleashes one. Wide open downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a bit...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Smith wants to throw. Snagged out of the air. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a Heat. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll bring him to within 4. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Hayes. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. So 1st down here as they go back to work. They'll try the run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Motion from the back. Trying to get the corner. Find some fresh air. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They'll run it. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And after a successful run like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on 2nd, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on 3rd.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
He'll be run out of at the 25. They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
And on 2nd down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go pass. If you think passing situations, passing downs, really good job by the offense, committing to the run game, not abandoning it, not getting yourself in a 3rd down situation where you had to throw the football.
He wants it all. It's caught. That's a touchdown. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it.
Looking deep down the right side. Hits him inside the 20, still going. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Nice job by this defense staying home, not getting fooled. When the ball goes away from me, I don't just chase blindly across the field. They see the reverse, and I love the speed, the close, and the tackle. They get a tackle for a loss on that gadget-type play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try to keep that smooth leg swing going for the 2nd time today, this one from 34 yards out. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And now this offense will take the field again. Guys, it's been an entertaining first half, and not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to maybe go into the half tied up. So good first half, but
breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the right. Caught on the outside, it's Hayes. He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game, mark it at the 47. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Toss sweep to the left. Creates a little room. Got enough for the first down and wants more. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Pulls it in. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Handoff to the single back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. 1st and goal for the offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. Trying to punch it in. He's going for the goal line. And it's a touchdown. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. From the gun, the running back has it. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first 2 quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable.
The Cornhuskers will kick it off to start the second half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Rushes on him. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just a short pass to the tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
They'll run the option. The pitch. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Running back searching for a hole. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll run for it. Finding an escape route. Turning it on. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
Being right at the 50-yard line, I think the head coach is sensing a huge opportunity to score points here. I know 4th and 3, it's not great odds, but they're able to dial up a perfect play to keep this drive going. And now at this point, you're thinking points are on the horizon.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Off the bootleg and rolling out. On the run, fires downfield. He's going for the goal line. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Barrels ahead. Saunters into the end zone for a touchdown. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Mills. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He's got the tight end. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The Huskers are rolling down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Looking to the big tight end. Working the middle. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Smith dropping to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And this defense has done such a great job. Another sack on the day. They forced an interception. They've been flying all over the field playing great defense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times. You've turned the football over. Like, continue to play. Find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up.
Makes the catch, converts on fourth down, he's still on his feet. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
They decided to go for it on fourth down, and that was not easy, man. These windows open and close so quickly when you're throwing into the end zone, but really nice timing by the quarterback, and because of that, on fourth down, it's a touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Sends it back in motion. They'll try to get outside. Jukes his way for more. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Give him 109 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Grab near the marker. It's Hayes. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
Quick toss. There he goes. Headed to the end zone. And they're in for a touchdown. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And that's why it's so tough to stop an option offense in plays like this, because defensively you've got to be so good with your assignments. Someone needs the dive. Someone needs the quarterback. Who's got the pitch man? That time nobody on defense had the answer.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They'll move the tight end. Rides the back on the option to give. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Huskers will hustle to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Makes the grab. It's Hunter. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. The offense setting up shop at the 46. 1st and 10. Smith wants to throw. Finds the tight end. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Cornhuskers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Less than a yard to go to pick up the 1st down. The lone back's got it. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half.
Well, if you could give a helmet sticker to this defensive coaching staff, they would get one because of the plan they've had for this guy at wide receiver. He is one of the best in the entire country with his speed and his athleticism, but they have had a plan for him. Whether it's man coverage, zone, they've been able to double him, they've been able to change up the looks, and they have not been able to get him involved in the game, and that's why they're going to win this one.
Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. He'll set up to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and to keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Trying to power it in. A late game touchdown to put 6 on the board. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
Yeah, and I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in, and that miracle is no longer coming now.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here,
he lost one down the sideline. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Touchdown, Huskers!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Safe completion on the screen. He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for 2 does not work out. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Offense making its way onto the field to start the drive. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
this offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. They'll send the back in motion. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down. Try to get it to the edge. Got the first down and more. He steps at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too.
Oh, he's got some space. Past the 30. He's at the 10. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point was good. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Smith dropping to pass. He's taking a deep shot. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough today.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Going to try to get it himself. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. Guys, this is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.